I am earnestly calling you to stop, because you have been led to this moment to see something that can awaken your heart in a way you never expected. My beloved child, listen to me with deep stillness. Do not let the haste of life cause you to pass over this reminder as though it were something ordinary. I do not speak to you to sow fear within you, nor do I place a warning before you to make you unstable. I come as a father who sees his child standing near an important threshold, where even one moment of wakefulness can change the way you see life. Time, the things you are holding in your heart, and the precious fragility of every breath. If you are here, it is not because of empty coincidence, but because I am using this very moment to call you back to what is true, what is light, and what must be recognized before you continue walking in distraction. Love, you have gone through many days when your heart was not truly at peace. Yet you still tried to live as though everything were normal. You pushed aside the feelings that were hard to name, the promptings to stop, the quiet spaces that made you think, the silent questions that rose up and were then buried beneath work, responsibilities, the voices of others, and unending worries. Many times I have touched you quietly in that way. Sometimes through a sudden thought that made you look back at yourself. Sometimes through an emotion that brought tears to your eyes without you knowing why. Sometimes through a very small scene on the road, an unintentional word, a piece of news, or an event in someone else's life that made you shiver for a moment because you realized how brief human life truly is. But then you continued walking, as though those reminders were still not enough to make you truly stop. Today, I do not want you to keep living by merely passing things by. There are things you are about to witness, or have already begun to sense, that do not come to harm you, but to open your eyes. Not every shock is destruction. Sometimes, an event that makes your heart tremble is the very bell that awakens the part of you that has slept for too long. Sometimes a moment that leaves you silent is the doorway through which wisdom enters. Sometimes, what makes you realize the fragility of life is not meant to take away your peace, but to teach you to treasure what you still have, to love while you still can, to release what is not worth holding, and to return to me before the noises out there make you forget the source of life within you. I am weeping for you, not with tears of helplessness, but with the love of the one who sees more deeply than you see. My heart aches when you keep carrying things you do not need to carry. My heart aches when you allow temporary matters to take over your heart while precious things are set aside. My heart aches when you delay an apology, delay forgiveness, delay caring for yourself, delay returning to me, as though time will always remain for you to use however you wish. My child, time is a gift, not an endless storehouse. Every day you are still breathing is an invitation to live more deeply, love more truly, walk more uprightly, and listen to me more clearly. What I want you to recognize in this moment is not panic, but awareness. Awareness that life is very precious, but also very fragile. Awareness that the people you love will not always be there for you to speak the words you have delayed. Awareness that peace cannot be built on temporary things. Awareness that a heart constantly pulled toward worry, envy, resentment, and haste will no longer be bright enough to recognize my hand. Awareness that you were not created merely to survive each day, but to live in my presence, to become someone who carries light, gentleness, and compassion to the place where I have set you. Perhaps what happens before your eyes will cause you to pause in shock. Perhaps it will make you think about your recent choices, the path you are walking, and the things you once took lightly. But do not misunderstand my heart. I do not punish you through awakening. I prepare you through awakening. I do not place an event before you to break you. I use it to soften what has hardened, to open what has closed, and to draw you out of the carelessness you may not even realize you have been living in. If your heart trembles, let that trembling lead you into prayer. If tears fall from your eyes, let those tears wash away the dust that has covered your sensitivity. If you feel the need to change, do not delay that call. My beloved child, there are things that do not need to be made noisy before everyone in order to become meaningful. There are sacred moments that must be kept in silence, so they have time to sink into your heart and bring forth wisdom. Do not rush to turn what I show you into a story to tell, into gossip, or into a passing emotion on your lips. Let it become a meeting place between you and me. Let yourself ask, Father, what do you want to teach me through this? What do you want me to release? What do you want me to look back at? How are you inviting me to draw closer when you ask this way? What you witness will not only be an outward event, but will become a gentle revelation within, helping you become more awake in the days ahead. I know that many times you have avoided facing the deep things. You feared that if you looked too closely, you would see that you were more tired than you thought. You feared that if you stopped, the pain would catch up with you. You feared that if you admitted you needed me, you would have to change the things you had grown used to. But my child, truth does not come to crush you. Truth comes to set you free. Light does not come to shame you. Light comes so you will no longer stumble in darkness. I do not require you to understand everything immediately. I only invite you not to keep avoiding what your heart already knows is important. Stop. Look carefully. Listen. Let this moment do what it was sent to do. Awaken you from carelessness and bring you closer to me. If you feel that these past days have carried too many signs, too much heaviness, too many things that made your heart uneasy, then understand that I do not want you to be swept into fear. I want you to step into discernment. There is a great difference between panic and wakefulness. Panic makes you lose peace, but wakefulness brings you back to me. Panic makes you imagine the worst, but wakefulness helps you recognize the next step you need to take. Panic makes you run away from truth, but wakefulness helps you stand in the light without being controlled by darkness. I am teaching you to be awake as one who is loved, not as one who is abandoned. Therefore, when it happens, or when your heart feels the weight of this word, do not be quick to react with fear. Breathe slowly and remember that I am there. I am in the stillness, in the middle of the shaking. I am in the reminder that you still have time to change direction. I am in the prompting that makes you want to live more kindly, more truthfully, and closer to me. I am in the small peace that begins to speak when you stop resisting. Nothing happens outside my sight. No moment of yours is treated lightly by me. Even the event that leaves you stunned can become the place where I sow new wisdom into you. You are not abandoned in this preparation. I am holding your hand, teaching you to distinguish what is worth keeping and what must be released, what needs to be spoken and what should remain silent, what needs to be approached and what must be left behind. I want you to live as one who knows that every day is sacred. Love while you can love. Forgive while you can open your heart. Return while you can still hear the call. Care for the things I have entrusted to you, your heart, your family, your health, your words, your time, and your faith. Do not let a new event remind you, only for you to forget again afterward. Let this moment become a marker within you, a place where you say that you will no longer live casually before my presence. I am pleading with you, through the love of a father, wake up within your heart. Stop delaying the deep life I have called you to enter. Stop letting small, petty things steal what is precious. Stop waiting until loss comes before you treasure. Waiting until things break before you seek healing. Waiting until you have no choices left before you return to me. You can still hear this word, which means the door is still open. You still feel moved, which means your heart can still be renewed. You are still being called, which means I have not let go of your hand. Remain in my presence. My beloved child, I will turn the shaking into awakening, fear into wisdom, and this fragile moment into an invitation to step into a life that is brighter, truer, and covered by my unchanging grace. I know that recently your heart has been heavy, even when your lips have not spoken it, and the people around you still think you are all right. My beloved child, there are burdens you have carried too long in silence. Worries that quietly grow in the empty spaces of long days. Questions you hide behind a smile because you do not know where to begin explaining them. I see each one. I see even the things you try to deny. The things you tell yourself you can endure a little longer. The things you place deep in your heart because you are afraid that if you touch them, tears will overflow. I have not ignored your pain for even a moment. I do not turn my face away when you are weary. I am not silent because I am distant. I speak to you with urgency in this hour because I want to draw you out of the road that is leading toward greater confusion and bring you into the place where you begin to realize that my protection has quietly covered you for a long time. There are things I allow you to notice, not to harm you, but to change how you see everything around you. You have lived too long among noise, become too used to ignoring small signs, and too easily convinced yourself that everything is only coincidence. That uneasiness will pass by itself, that the reminder in your heart is only because you are thinking too much. But I am telling you that there are moments carrying meaning deeper than what appears on the surface. There are events that appear not to confuse you, but to awaken discernment within you. There are things you are about to realize that will cause you to stop, look more slowly, listen more carefully, and understand that life is not only a chain of days drifting without purpose. I am using this very moment to bring you back to what is more important, more enduring, and what you have often forgotten because you were busy with the worries right in front of you. I want you to quiet your heart before you move forward. Do not rush to react with fear. Do not hurry to tell everyone when you yourself do not yet understand what I am revealing. There are sacred things that need to be kept in secrecy for a while, not because they are frightening, but because they need to be pondered by you in peace. Not everyone will understand what you are about to feel, Not everyone can hold that awareness with reverence. Some people will dismiss it as ordinary. Some will mock it. Some will try to explain everything with dry reasoning until the deeper meaning is covered over. But you will know in your secret place that this is not merely a passing incident. This is a moment placed on your path to shake you awake, to bring you closer to truth, to make you realize that I am still speaking, still leading, still warning, still loving you with a love that refuses to let you sleep in distraction. I am separating you from the noise so you can hear me more clearly. In recent days, you have been pulled away by too many sounds, what others say, what you imagine, the pressure to please everyone, the fear of being left behind, the urge to prove your worth. Those sounds have made your heart tired, weakened your discernment, and made it hard for you to recognize which voice is mine and which voice belongs to anxiety. Therefore, I am bringing you into a quiet space. Even if that quiet space may feel uncomfortable at first, I am stilling what needs to be stilled. I am exposing what needs to be seen. I am drawing you out of confusion so you can understand that I never lead you by chaos, but by peace, truth, and light. You asked for a sign, even if you did not use clear words to ask. There were times when you only sighed and looked upward in silence. There were times when you wondered in your heart, Father, where should I go? What should I do? How should I understand this? There were times when you longed for confirmation that you were not lost, that your pain was not meaningless, that what you are going through could still be used by me to lead you into something better. I heard even those unspoken words, and what you are facing now is part of how I answer, even if at first it may make your heart heavy. Not every answer comes like a gentle breeze. Some answers come like sudden light shining into a room you have left dark for too long. Sometimes truth does not come in the gentle way you hoped. Sometimes it appears in a moment that forces you to stop, no longer avoiding, no longer soothing yourself with familiar excuses. But do not misunderstand me. I am not abandoning you in this. I am not placing you before something confusing and then leaving you to withstand it by yourself. I am standing right beside you, closer than the trembling in your heart. What you witness will remind you how quickly everything can change, how much more precious time is than you thought, and how the things you delay today can become tomorrow's regret if you do not stay awake. It will remind you that staying connected to me is not an added part of life, but the source of life, the place where you find direction when everything outside becomes fragile. You have been distracted by many things that are not as important as you once thought. You have spent too much strength on matters that do not nourish your heart. Too many thoughts on people who do not value your sincerity. Too much time on worries that do not bring you closer to peace. You have also delayed the changes you know you need to make. I know that you know. There is a truth in your heart that has spoken many times, reminding you that something must stop. Something must be released. Something must be corrected. Something must be brought into the light. But you said, Lata, you waited for an easier time, a more favorable circumstance, a day when your heart would be stronger. But my child, freedom often begins, not when you feel completely ready, but when you trust me enough to take the first step even while your heart is still trembling. This moment is not here to frighten you. It is here to awaken you before you go farther down a road that would wound you more deeply. I give you awareness as a gift, even if at first it may feel heavy in your chest. There are gifts from me that do not come in pleasant forms, but they save you from greater consequences. Warning is a form of mercy. Stopping at the right time is a form of protection. Holy uneasiness is the way I place my hand on your shoulder and say, "My child, do not keep walking in that direction. Do not hate the moment that wakes you up. Do not resist the light simply because the light shows you what you did not want to see. I do not expose in order to shame you. I shine light so you may be free. Now, I invite you to breathe slowly and place everything before me. Let me touch the anxiety that has quietly grown within you. Let me untie from your heart the cords of fear, the layers of weariness, and the voices that pull you away from peace. Ask me what you must do next. Then listen with a tender heart. Perhaps your next step is not as great as you imagine. Perhaps it is an honest prayer. Perhaps it is a decision to stop. Perhaps it is a boundary that needs to be established. Perhaps it is a truth that needs to be admitted. Perhaps it is returning to care for yourself, your inner life, and your relationship with me more seriously. I will show you each step, not all at once, so you become overwhelmed, but enough light for the next step of your feet. My beloved child, you are not abandoned among these signs. You are being prepared. You are being called back. You are being led out of distraction and into wakefulness. Hold what I reveal in your heart with reverence. Observe, but do not panic. Listen, but do not let fear rule. Stay awake, but remain in peace. I am your Father, and I do not wake you only to leave you alone in darkness. I wake you to bring you into the light, to help you see what truly matters, so you do not waste more precious days in confusion. Stay near me. Let this moment become a turning point, where you no longer live only by habit, but begin to live by wisdom, obedience, and trust in me. Keep your heart calm when it happens, my beloved child, and do not let fear push its way in and take the place that should be covered by my peace. Even if your eyes see disorder, even if your ears hear sounds that shake your heart, even if your mind tries to quickly understand everything that is happening, remember that I am still in control of everything around you. Not one moment is beyond my hand. Not one change surprises me. Not one incident has the right to define your future, while I am still the one preserving your life. You are protected even in the middle of what you are about to see. I would not bring you to this moment if I had not already placed my covering over you, prepared your heart, and gone ahead of you to keep you from what is not permitted to destroy you. Believe that you are safe in my hands. Even when everything around you appears chaotic, there are times when peace does not come because the situation has become quiet, but because you realize I am still there amid all the movement. True peace is not the absence of noise, surprise, or things that make you tremble. True peace is knowing that in the middle of all of it, I am still holding you. When your heart begins to beat quickly, when your thoughts run in many directions, when you feel as though you are being pulled into a scene too large to understand at once, stop within, breathe, Remember that I do not leave you just because the moment becomes tense. I am near you in the very second when you need me most. Nearer than fear. Nearer than confusion. Nearer than the questions rising within your heart. Something inside you needs to be changed. And this moment will make it impossible for you to continue ignoring it as before. Many times I have whispered in your heart about decisions that need to be made, directions that need to be corrected, and things you need to lay down so you are no longer pulled backward from your purpose. But you delayed. You told yourself you would do it later. Change later. Face it later. Leave what is no longer good for you later. You held on to certain things that are no longer appointed for you. Not because they still bring life, but because they are familiar. There are things you keep only because you fear the emptiness after letting go. There are old paths you continue walking only because you do not yet have enough courage to step into what is new. But I am using this moment to make clear what your heart has known for a long time. When you see what is about to happen, you will understand that life is too precious for you to keep living in hesitation. You will realize that time is not something to waste in cycles that drain you. You will see that some delays are no longer wise waiting, but have become avoidance. Some choices are no longer caution, but fear wearing the clothing of reason. Some ties are no longer loyalty, but a rope keeping you in a place where I no longer call you to stand. I do not speak this to shame you, but to awaken you. I do not want you to wake up only after a greater loss and then realize I had invited you to move earlier. Today, I am opening your eyes with mercy. I am calling you to rise above fear and step into awareness. Not vague awareness, but deep understanding that your life has purpose, that your days have value, and that the gifts I placed within you were not created to be buried beneath hesitation. I am calling you to stop ignoring the call within you. I am calling you to stop shrinking yourself just to please places that cannot nourish you. I am calling you to stop delaying the path I have opened with reasons that may sound logical but were actually born from fear. You do not need to see the entire journey before you begin walking. You only need to recognize the next step I am placing before you. Then choose to walk in trust. This is not only about the event you are about to witness, it is about what that event will reveal in your hidden place. There are moments that happen outwardly but unlock a truth within. There are disruptions that come not to destroy you, but to strip away the haze covering your eyes, causing you to recognize what truly matters. What is no longer worth trading your peace for? What needs to be laid down? And what needs to be pursued with courage? When you see the fragility of life, you will understand that you were not created merely to exist, merely to endure, merely to accept things lower than what I placed within you. You are called to live with more meaning, more wakefulness, closer to me, and more faithful to what I have sown into your life. Time is precious, my child. Not so you will live under pressure, but so you will live awake. Not so you will panic out of fear of losing something, but so you will treasure what I am placing in your hands today. Every day you are still given. Breath is an invitation to move closer to purpose. Every morning is an opportunity to choose what brings life. Every moment I awaken you is a sign that your story is not over. Do not let familiarity make you fall asleep. Do not let fear make you step back. Do not let delay erode the years that should be lived in the light. I am not calling you into a vague, lost, and half-hearted life. I am calling you into a life that is guided, renewed, and founded upon my peace. You are not alone in this moment. Even if you feel your heart beating quickly, even if your thoughts try to catch up with what you are seeing, even if your emotions rise within you like waves, I am there with you. I keep you steady, even when you do not immediately feel that steadiness. There are times when my protection does not look like everything stopping, but like you, still being able to stand in the middle of what should have made you collapse. There are times when my presence does not come through a strong feeling, but through a quiet calm that helps you not fall apart. Do not measure my nearness by how settled the circumstances are. Recognize me in the very fact that you can still breathe, still hear, still stand, and still choose faith in the middle of what you do not fully understand. You are stronger than you think. But that strength is not meant for you to carry everything alone. You have been prepared more than you realize. But that preparation did not always come through easy seasons. I prepared you through the times when you had to be patient, through the nights when you had to keep your heart from breaking apart, through the days when you still kept walking, though no one knew how tired you were. I taught you to recognize my voice in moments of chaos. I taught you to find peace in places where others only saw pressure. I taught you that courage is not the absence of trembling, but still walking in the right direction while your heart trembles. Therefore, when that moment comes, do not say you cannot. I have placed within you what is needed for that very moment. Let what is about to happen become a wake-up call, not a source of fear. Let it remind you that you need to live closer to me, more truthfully, more awake. Let it pull you out of areas of delay, out of unfinished choices, out of the things you have clung to only because you feared change. I do not want you to be pushed by circumstances in panic. I want you to be led by wisdom in peace. I do not want you to react like someone with no refuge. I want you to stand like someone who knows they are covered. I do not want you to look at the chaos and forget your calling. I want you to look through it and see that I am using that very moment to make clear what matters. So keep your heart tender, your eyes awake, and your steps ready. When everything moves, do not quickly run after fear. Run toward me. When you do not immediately understand, do not rush to conclusions. Listen to me. When you feel urgency in your heart, do not extinguish it with distraction. Ask me what needs to change, what needs to leave, what needs to begin, and what needs to be placed back into my hands. I will not leave you without guidance if you sincerely seek me. I will not let you lose your way if you choose to stay near. I will not let this moment swallow you. I will use it to awaken you, strengthen you, and bring you into a clarity you have prayed for a long time. My beloved child, remember that I am in this moment before you ever step into it. I have prepared protection, prepared the reminder, prepared strength, prepared peace. You are not thrown into this unexpectedly in my eyes. I have already seen it, and I have already seen you overcome. Stand firm, stay calm. Recognize that your life has meaning greater than what you have resigned yourself to accept. This is not the time to shrink back. but the time to awaken, not the time to fear, but the time to hear my voice clearly, not the time to keep delaying, but the time to step into the direction I have patiently placed before you. I am with you. I keep you, and I will lead you through this moment with love that never lets go.